Hello and welcome back everyone. I'm Dr. Nidhi Bhatt, Assistant Professor English, Rani Pratapdev Government PG College, Kanpur. So students, this is the third part of my video in which I'm going to take PB Shelley to a skylark. In the two parts, previously I have uploaded two parts of my videos in which I have taken PB Shelley and Ode to the West Wind. So coming up with this next video, this is the introductory part. PB Shelley completed To a Skylark in the late June 1820. Now this poem was published accompanying Prometheus Unbound, which was a lyrical drama. Shelley was inspired by the song of a real skylark, and it resulted into this poem To a Skylark. Shelley was praising skylark. The skylark was at its evening flight. So the scene was very beautiful, and at that time the idea came in his mind and he started writing this poem. To a Skylark is Shelley's romantic ode, which is to a small bird which sings sweetly and with joy and great joy and happiness. Now, before coming to the poem, let's answer one question: that what is a skylark? So the skylark is a small brown bird. Somewhat it is larger than a sparrow, but smaller than a starling. It is streaky brown with a small crest, which can be raised when the bird is very excited or alarmed, and a white-sided tail is there. The wings also have a white red edge visible in flight. Now coming to the gist part. Shelley's To a Skylark is said to be the glory of English literature. The skylark is the symbol of joyous spirit of the divine. Shelley is listening to the music of skylark and he is describing the melodious and the beautiful song which that bird is singing. And Shelley is launching himself to be a skylark. He wants himself to become a skylark. Shelley muses the bird which has never experienced the disappointments and disillusionments of human life. That is, that bird is quite different from human being because it is never sad and it is never disappointed. Is ever happy bird. So it's very different from human being. Now the skylark song is very divine and the expressions are beyond human. That I told you, it is very different from human being. Its nature is quite different. The theme of the skylark is that the power of nature is shown here, which transforms the human life with the help of the power of power of poetry. So the Shelley wants to change or transform the world. He wants the birds to be spread everywhere, as I told you earlier. Same way here also, he is using the power of nature and he wants to transform the world with the power of his poetry. Now this poem To the Skylark is a poem of 21 stanzas in which 5 lines are there in each stanza. And we will see it stanza wise. Coming to stanza number 1. Now, these are the opening lines of the poem. In the opening lines of the poem, the poet is welcoming the bird by calling it a spirit. He is saying that to Skylark that it was never a bird. It never looks like a bird because its actions are quite different from a bird, a simple bird. It has come from heaven, so it is very special. And he is also telling us that its heart is full with the purity of heaven. Now the bird didn't need any type of preparation for singing its song. It's just singing, the song is just coming from its mouth. It has not to prepare anything. So unplanned song is coming from it. Now coming to the second stanza. Now in this stanza, poet is saying to the bird that you are flying higher and higher from the earth to the sky like a cloud of fire. You are flying in the deep blue sky and you are singing while flying and flying. So the poet is showing the joy and freedom of a skylark. That is, it is singing while flying and flying and singing. So both the things, very beautifully he has explained. And how free that bird is and how happy and joyous it is. That is just singing. His life is a song. Now coming to the third stanza. In these lines, Shelley wants to tell us that the bird is flying in the golden light of the sun. The golden light of the sun, it comes when at the time of the sunset. And at that time, the clouds over that setting sun are shining in such a way, such brightly, and that light is coming from the sun. So a beautiful image work is given here that the sun is about to set, but then also giving light to the clouds. That is, sun is just going from the earth, but then also while leaving, it is giving its light to the clouds. He is also telling us that the bird is floating in the sky very easily. It seems as if the bird hasn't got any body, since it's a spirit and is full of energy and freshness, as if the race of the bird has just begun and she has started flying. Now come to the fourth stanza of the poem. Now in these lines, the pale purple evening is melting in front of the bird's flight. So this pale purple, alliteration is used, a poetic device is used. Sorry, where the repetition of the words letters are there. Now here even word is used for evening. So he is saying to the bird that you are like a star of heaven, which is still shining, but not visible in the daylight. Like that star, you are not visible to the naked eyes, or we can say to the poet. But the poet can hear its song, its voice, or its music. That he can hear. It's audible, but it's not visible. Coming to stanza number 5. Now in these lines, the poet is saying that the sharp light like arrows are coming from the silver sphere. The poet is comparing the voice of a skylark to the silver sphere. Now here silver sphere means Venus, which is said to be a morning star. The poet is not able to see that star, but he can feel its presence. So a lot of metaphors are used here. Now coming to stanza number 6. In these lines, the poet is telling us, or he is comparing the skylark with a lonely cloud. He is telling us that your voice is too louder that it can take over the earth and the sky. The poet is comparing skylark's voice to a lonely cloud. So at the night time when the cloud is alone, so he's talking about that time. Also the moon behind the cloud is lightened, it's illuminating, and the heaven is overflowed with the voice of a skylark. So such a beautiful comparison he has given. So students, in this part I will take only 6 stanzas, and in my next video I will come up with rest of the stanzas. Thank you.